Hi everyone, I am Shahan. Welcome back to my channel Dr. Shahan's class. And here in this video, I will discuss a very important topic which is always asked in different medical PG examination like NEET PG and also FMG examination, that is angina. Now, I will discuss what are the types of angina and what is this angina, and I will discuss with picture so that you can understand it properly. Now look at this picture. This is actually showing angina. What is angina? Angina is tightness or pain in the chest. So angina is tightness or pain in the chest. It is also known as chest pain. So why this actually happens? This happens due to blocked coronary artery. What is coronary artery? The artery which surrounds the heart is the coronary artery. The artery which surrounds the heart is coronary artery. And when it is blocked by atherosclerotic plaques, that cause angina. Now let us know what is the definition of angina. Angina, from the Wikipedia, angina also known as angina pectoris. Angina, which is also known as angina pectoris, is chest pain. So it is nothing but a kind of chest pain, a kind of pressure like feeling in the chest, or a kind of chest tightness feelings which is occurring due to insufficient blood flow. The blood is not flowing sufficiently in the coronary blood vessel, and that is why the heart muscles, that is the myocardium, which is not getting properly blood flow, which is not getting enough amount of blood flow, it creates a kind of pain, and that is known as angina. So angina, also known as angina pectoris, is the chest pain or a kind of pressure like feeling which occurs due to insufficient blood flow to the heart muscles or myocardium. Now there are different types of angina. Read this slide very clearly and understand it. So there are three types of angina. Number one is classic or stable angina. What do you mean by stable angina? What do you mean by classic or stable angina? Classic angina or a stable angina occurs when you are working. Suppose you are in a stress condition. Suppose you are working. Suppose you are exercising. Suppose you are running. Suppose you are doing a sprint. Whatever it is, you are doing some kind of physical exhaustion or work. Then you get stable angina. So this angina occurs at the time of the exercise, at the time of the working, at the time of the stress, at the time of the physical exercise. But when you are not doing the physical exercise, when you are lying on the bed, when you are resting on the bed, you do not have this kind of angina. So stable angina or classic angina occurs at a particular time at work. Now how this stable or classic angina occurs? This occurs due to atherosclerotic plaque. Atherosclerotic plaque, when it is there inside your coronary blood vessel, you get this stable angina. Now next type of angina, that is unstable angina. Number two, unstable angina. Unstable. What is unstable angina? Unstable angina is a kind of angina when you are lying in the bed. You are getting the angina in the night. You are sleeping. Suddenly you are getting angina. You are resting. You are just resting. You are doing nothing. You are doing no work. You are doing no exhaustion. You are doing no stress activity. But still you are getting a kind of angina. And that is known as unstable angina. So basically the angina which you feel at the time of rest or any time Maybe you are not doing any kind of stress activity or exercise, but still you are getting that angina. That is known as unstable angina. That is known as unstable angina, and it is often a medical emergency. And why this actually occurs, unstable angina? This unstable angina occurs when atherosclerotic plaque along with blood clot. So not only atherosclerotic plaque, blood clot is also there, and it is increasing. The atherosclerotic plaque is increasing. Then it actually causes unstable angina. Now let us come to the third one, that is variant angina. Variant angina, also known as fringe metal angina. It is known as fringe metal angina. And this kind of angina occurs due to vasospasm. See, the mechanism is completely different. It is only vasospasm. Now, what do you mean by vasospasm? Vasospastic angina, fringe metal angina, variant angina. Here, the vessel, that is the coronary blood vessel, become spastic. It becomes spasm. Spasm occurs, contraction occurs, and that's why you get this angina known as fringe metal angina, known as variant angina. And as the vessel contract, as the vessel constrict, the oxygen delivery decrease. So always remember, in case of variant angina or the fringe metal angina or vasospastic angina, oxygen delivery decreases. Now why it is occurring? Due to a phenomenon known as vasospasm. This is a phenomenon known as vasospasm. So if you have understood this three type of angina, it's okay, but if you have not understood, then also I will teach you with the help of diagram. Now look at this diagram. Types of angina. See, number one is normal. First you see the normal coronary blood vessel. Next you come to the stable angina. You can see in stable angina, the second one, you get atherosclerotic plaque. Atherosclerotic plaque, and that is blocking, and that actually cause stable angina. When you are working, when you are running, when you are doing some kind of activity, you get this kind of angina. The next one is unstable angina. I told you, unstable angina occurs, suppose you are in rest anytime. Okay, so unstable angina occurs anytime. Suppose you are resting, suppose you are working. It doesn't have to that you have to work for getting unstable angina. Suppose you are resting on your bed at night, you get this angina. That is unstable angina, and it is medical emergency. Immediately rush to the emergency. So this is very, very important. You have to do the ECG there in the emergency, and you have to go to the cardiology department. So remember this one, unstable angina. It occurs due to both atherosclerotic plaque and blood clot. Not only atherosclerotic plaque is there, but also blood clot is there above it. So atherosclerotic plaque and blood clot produce unstable angina. And this atherosclerotic plaque is actually increasing here in unstable angina. Next come the last one, that is variant angina. I told you already, variant is also known as fringe metal. Variant is also known as fringe metal angina. What happens in variant angina? What happens in variant or fringe metal angina? You get vasospasm. You see the phenomenon vasospasm, how the artery has been constricted. So this is known as vasospasm. And this produce variant angina, or also known as fringe metal angina. Now look at this picture. This is actually showing you how the disease actually occurs, different kinds of disease of heart occurs. In the first, the above one, you look at it, it is coronary artery disease. coronary artery disease occurs when there is a plaque buildup in the artery. When there is a one-sided plaque buildup in the artery, you actually can say it a kind of coronary artery disease. Now, when you get angina, basically when this plaque actually increase, it is harder for the blood to go through the artery, and at that time you get a pain in your heart that is known as angina. And when does heart attack occurs? Basically when these plaque increase and increase and increase and actually block by creating a blood clot, and the artery is blocked, at that time you get heart attack. So if you like this video, make a thumbs up and please subscribe this channel if you are new to my channel. Thank you so much for watching this channel, and if you are new, please go to the playlist of this channel. You will find out so many videos on diseases. All these will help you to crack any medical examination. If you are first year medical student, second year medical student, third year medical student, fourth year medical student, or you are FMG student, or you are preparing for NEET PG examination, please subscribe this channel. Or you are preparing for next examination which is going to happen soon, please subscribe this channel. This channel will definitely help you, and I always teach you only those topics which are asked repeatedly in medical examination. I will never teach anything beyond. So always remember, I always teach these things which are asked in examination. So please subscribe and please share this channel with your friends. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye bye.